The narrative within the book of Genesis unveils a lesser-known chapter in the life of the patriarch Abraham, his union with KETURAH. Following the passing of his beloved wife, Sarah, Abraham, according to Genesis 25:1-2, took another wife named KETURAH. The ensuing verses invite us to delve into the intricacies of this union, examining whether KETURAH was a wife or a concubine, and unraveling the significance of her role in Abraham's lineage. Genesis 25:1-2, and the ambiguity of KETURAH's role. The mention of KETURAH in Genesis 25:1-2 introduces an element of ambiguity regarding her status, whether she was a wife or a concubine. In the book of Deuteronomy, she is explicitly referred to as Abraham's concubine, adding a layer of complexity to her role within the patriarch's household. The descendants of KETURAH listed in 1 Chronicles 1:32 further contribute to the discussion, as they symbolize distinct groups of people residing in the land of Israel and the Arabian Peninsula. Identity of KETURAH, Hagar, or another enigma. The debate among commentators centers on whether KETURAH is synonymous with Hagar or represents another woman in Abraham's life. The Book of Chronicles sheds light on KETURAH and Hagar, both being concubines of Abraham. Despite the familial significance, KETURAH remains enigmatic in the biblical narrative. Unlike Sarah and Hagar, who receive detailed descriptions, KETURAH's character and origin remain veiled in silence. Abraham's broader family dynamics. Abraham's decision to marry again after Sarah's death raises questions about the motivations behind this union. The plural use of concubines in Genesis 25:6 implies that Abraham had more than one concubine, including Hagar and KETURAH. Understanding the broader family dynamics requires examining the period during which Abraham distributed blessings and gifts to his sons. The narrative suggests that Abraham withheld complete inheritance from Isaac until the birth of KETURAH's children, hinting at uncertainties about Isaac's lineage. Abraham's pragmatic approach and the uncertainty of Isaac's lineage. The biblical account underscores Abraham's pragmatic approach to securing his family line. Concerns about the barrenness of Isaac's wife, Rebekah, prompt Abraham to take action. Marrying KETURAH emerges as a contingency plan, ensuring that Abraham begets as many children as possible to safeguard his family line. The strategic timing of Abraham's distribution of blessings, waiting until the birth of KETURAH's children, reflects a cautious approach to an uncertain future. Theophanic events and the shifting divine promise. The narrative of Isaac's binding, where Abraham almost sacrifices his son, raises questions about the stability of the divine promise concerning Isaac's lineage. While the angelic announcement to Hagar about Ishmael's destiny emphasizes a life of freedom and wildness, the shifting focus on expansive and less specific promises to Isaac introduces an element of uncertainty. This theophanic event might have influenced Abraham's decision to secure an alternative lineage through KETURAH. Abraham's sons, a tale of tribes and nomads. Examining the descendants of KETURAH reveals a unique legacy. Her sons, including Midian, play significant roles in trading goods internationally. This nomadic lifestyle aligns with the broader theme of Abraham's descendants, choosing a life of wandering and transience over settling in cities. KETURAH's lineage, characterized by a tribal existence and dwelling in the vast deserts of the East, reflects a deliberate choice to preserve independence and resist the allure of materialism associated with settled societies. Midianites in Israel, ideological conflict. The conflict between the Midianites and Israel, as depicted in the narrative of Gideon, unveils an ideological disagreement. The Midianites, who lived in tribal societies akin to their nomadic ancestors, viewed the settled Israelites as deviating from the path of Abraham. The confrontation arises not merely from plunder, but from deep-seated differences in lifestyle and values. The Midianites sought to emulate Abraham's nomadic life in the land of Israel, emphasizing a commitment to freedom and independence. Abraham's death and the sons of KETURAH. The narrative concludes with Abraham's death at the age of 175, attended by his sons Isaac and Ishmael. but absent are the sons of Keturah. Speculation arises about the reasons for their absence, whether they were unaware of Abraham's death due to their distant location, or if they paid their respects later, an event not explicitly mentioned in the scriptures. KETURAH's legacy and the complexity of Abraham's lineage. The tale of KETURAH offers a glimpse into the complexities of Abraham's family dynamics and the pragmatic measures taken to secure his lineage. Whether viewed as a wife or concubine, KETURAH's role extends beyond the confines of a single generation, shaping a lineage that embraces a nomadic existence. The ideological conflict between the Midianites and Israel further accentuates the depth of these complexities, rooted in differing views on lifestyle and values. In unraveling the narrative of KETURAH, we navigate through a tapestry of ambiguity, uncertainty, and strategic choices made by Abraham. The legacy of KETURAH's sons, marked by a nomadic and tribal lifestyle, echoes the enduring influence of Abraham's commitment to freedom and independence. As the sons of KETURAH venture into the vast deserts of the East, their story becomes intertwined with the broader narrative of Abraham's descendants, each making choices that shape their unique destinies within the intricate tapestry of biblical history. Exploring the roots, KETURAH's mysterious origins. While the book of Genesis sheds light on Abraham's union with KETURAH, her origins remain veiled in mystery. The biblical narrative, which meticulously details the lives and backgrounds of other key figures, maintains a conspicuous silence regarding KETURAH's ancestry. This silence prompts an exploration into the possible reasons behind the lack of information and invites speculation on the significance of her mysterious origins. The silence surrounding KETURAH's ancestry. In stark contrast to the elaborate genealogies and familial backgrounds provided for figures like Sarah, Hagar, and Rebekah, the Bible remains notably silent on KETURAH's ancestry. The absence of information about her lineage fuels speculation and raises questions about the intentional omission of her background. Was KETURAH's mysterious origin a deliberate choice in the biblical narrative, or did historical factors contribute to the lack of detailed information? Possible explanations for KETURAH's anonymity. Several hypotheses emerge to explain the biblical silence surrounding KETURAH's ancestry. One perspective suggests that KETURAH's background may not have held significant theological or narrative relevance to the primary themes of Abraham's story. Alternatively, the omission could stem from historical gaps or the loss of specific details over time. Scholars grapple with the challenge of reconstructing historical narratives, and KETURAH's anonymity might be a consequence of incomplete records or oral traditions. Symbolic significance of KETURAH's mysterious origins. Beyond historical and narrative considerations, the mysterious origins of KETURAH might carry symbolic significance. In biblical literature, anonymity sometimes serves as a literary device to emphasize universal themes over specific individuals. KETURAH's anonymity could underscore broader themes related to lineage, choices, and the complexities of familial relationships. Her character may symbolize the enigmatic and unpredictable nature of life's unfolding journey. Exploring theological perspectives. Theological interpretations add another layer to the exploration of KETURAH's mysterious origins. Some scholars posit that the focus on KETURAH's role as a wife or concubine, rather than her lineage, aligns with theological themes, emphasizing the covenantal aspects of Abraham's story. The narrative may prioritize the theological significance of Abraham's descendants and their connection to God's promises over the specifics of KETURAH's family background. The challenge of historical reconstruction. Navigating the intricacies of biblical narratives involves contending with gaps in historical records and the challenge of reconstructing details from ancient texts. The absence of information about KETURAH's ancestry exemplifies the inherent difficulties in piecing together the complete historical puzzle. As scholars grapple with these challenges, the mystery surrounding KETURAH's origins adds layers of intrigue to the broader narrative of Abraham's family. KETURAH's legacy beyond ancestry. While KETURAH's mysterious origins invite scholarly inquiry, her legacy extends beyond questions of ancestry. The focus on her role as a mother and the progenitor of distinct lineages underscores her significance in shaping the trajectory of Abraham's descendants. Whether intentional or a consequence of historical gaps, the mystery surrounding KETURAH's origins invites readers to contemplate the broader themes of choice, destiny, and the unpredictable paths that shape human narratives. Unraveling the enigma. In the absence of explicit details about KETURAH's ancestry, scholars and readers alike grapple with the enigma of her mysterious origins. Whether viewed as a deliberate narrative choice, a historical gap, or a symbolic emphasis on broader themes, KETURAH's anonymity adds a layer of intrigue to the exploration of Abraham's family dynamics. As we navigate the intricate tapestry of biblical narratives, the mystery surrounding KETURAH becomes a lens through which we contemplate the complexities of human stories, choices, and the enduring legacy of familial ties. KETURAH's sons, nomads in a settled world. The descendants of KETURAH, the lesser-known wife of Abraham, emerge as a distinct lineage marked by a nomadic and tribal lifestyle. In contrast to the settled societies of the time, KETURAH's sons, including Midian, embraced a way of life characterized by wandering through the vast deserts of the East. Exploring the nomadic existence of KETURAH's descendants unveils a deliberate choice to preserve freedom, independence, and a connection to the legacy of Abraham. Nomadic lifestyle, a deliberate choice. The nomadic lifestyle embraced by KETURAH's sons reflects a deliberate choice rooted in the values and principles inherited from Abraham. While settled societies were building cities and cultivating lands, KETURAH's descendants opted for a nomadic existence. This choice was not imposed upon them, rather it symbolized a commitment to independence, avoiding the entanglements of materialism associated with city life. Trading goods and international connections. KETURAH's lineage, as outlined in Fern Chronicles 1:32, reveals a connection to international trade. Her sons engaged in trading goods such as spices and gold, establishing a link between their nomadic lifestyle and participation in global commerce. This economic activity underscores the resourcefulness and adaptability of KETURAH's descendants, who navigated the challenges of the ancient world while maintaining their commitment to a nomadic way of life. Midian. A pivotal figure. Among KETURAH's sons, Midian emerges as a pivotal figure with significant implications for biblical narratives. Midian played a crucial role in starting the Israeli nation, and his descendants, known as Ishmaelites, became intertwined with the broader tapestry of Abraham's legacy. The nomadic lifestyle of Midian's descendants reflected a conscious choice to live freely in the deserts, mirroring the values instilled by Abraham, their forefather. Ideological conflict with settled societies. The conflict between the Midianites and settled Israelites, as depicted in the narrative of Gideon, goes beyond mere territorial disputes. It unveils an ideological clash rooted in differing perspectives on lifestyle and values. The Midianites, adhering to the nomadic ethos of Abraham, viewed the settled Israelites as deviating from the path of freedom and independence. The war between them becomes a symbolic struggle between nomadic ideals and settled societies. Abraham's legacy of nomadism. Abraham, the patriarch of many nations, led a wandering life that became ingrained in the ethos of his descendants. The nomadic lifestyle chosen by KETURAH's sons and their resistance to settling in cities echoes Abraham's own journey across diverse lands, from Ur to Haran, from Canaan to Egypt. The nomadic legacy became a defining feature of Abraham's lineage, with KETURAH's descendants embodying the spirit of freedom and mobility. Nomads in a settled world, preserving independence. The deliberate choice of KETURAH's descendants to lead nomadic lives within a world transitioning to settled societies holds profound significance. By resisting the allure of cities and the trappings of materialism, they sought to preserve their independence. The sons of KETURAH, much like Ishmael, embraced a lifestyle that echoed the divine promise of being a wild donkey of a man. Genesis 16:12. living free from the constraints of settled existence. Legacy beyond materialism. Sons of freedom. The nomadic existence of KETURAH's descendants reflects a legacy beyond materialism. It symbolizes a commitment to values of freedom, independence, and a connection to the divine promise made to Abraham. In a world increasingly defined by territorial boundaries and city-states, the sons of KETURAH maintained a unique identity as sons of freedom, embodying the nomadic spirit passed down through generations, nomadic legacy, and Abraham's ideals. The nomadic legacy of KETURAH's sons unfolds as a testament to the enduring influence of Abraham's ideals. In choosing a nomadic existence, they preserved a way of life rooted in freedom and independence. The ideological conflict with settled societies and the symbolism of being wild donkeys exemplify their commitment to the values instilled by Abraham. As KETURAH's descendants traverse the deserts of the East, their nomadic journey becomes intertwined with the broader narrative of Abraham's enduring legacy. As KETURAH's descendants traverse the deserts of the East, their nomadic journey becomes intertwined with the broader narrative of Abraham's enduring legacy. Midianites and Israel. Unraveling nomadic settler conflict. The biblical narrative featuring the conflict between the Midianites and the settled Israelites, particularly during the time of Gideon, serves as a rich tapestry that unveils not merely a historical clash but a profound ideological confrontation. Rooted in the distinct lifestyles and values of the Midianites, who trace their lineage to KETURAH, and the settled Israelites, this conflict transcends mere territorial disputes. It becomes a symbolic representation of the broader tensions between nomadic and settled societies, shedding light on the divergent paths chosen by the descendants of Abraham and the lasting impact of nomadism within the context of biblical narratives. Midianites and Israelites. A clash of lifestyles. The Midianites, as descendants of KETURAH, were inheritors of a nomadic ethos deeply ingrained in their way of life. Nomadism, characterized by a roaming existence and a lack of permanent settlement, became not just a lifestyle but a foundational aspect of their identity. In contrast, the settled Israelites had established themselves in specific territories, embracing a more sedentary and structured existence. The conflict between these two groups unfolds against the backdrop of these disparate lifestyles. The biblical narrative suggests that the Midianites, adhering to their nomadic traditions, clashed with the settled Israelites over territorial matters. However, a closer examination reveals that this conflict is not merely about physical space but an ideological struggle between the freedom of nomadism and the stability of settled life. Nomadic legacy and its impact. To comprehend the depth of the conflict, one must delve into the legacy of nomadism within the descendants of KETURAH. The nomadic lifestyle, often associated with freedom, self-sufficiency, and a connection to nature, held a distinctive allure for the Midianites. Their ancestors, being wanderers and shepherds, imbibed a spirit of independence that manifested in subsequent generations. Nomadism, as a way of life, also shaped the ethical framework of the Midianites. The emphasis on communal living, resourcefulness, and adaptability formed a contrast to the settled Israelites, who leaned towards a more structured societal model. The clash, therefore, was not solely territorial but reflected an inherent conflict of values, where nomadic freedom clashed with the settled order. The Gideon narrative. Unpacking symbolism. The biblical account of Gideon's conflict with the Midianites serves as a symbolic representation of this clash. Gideon, leading the Israelites, embodies the settled, organized order confronting the nomadic Midianites. The tactics employed by Gideon, such as laying traps and engaging in a more conventional warfare style, reflect the sedentary mindset attempting to curb the nomadic way of life. Moreover, the spoils of war, including the ornaments and wealth amassed by the Midianites, depict a struggle beyond physical dominance. It symbolizes the clash of materialism and simplicity, where the settled Israelites seek to accumulate possessions, while the Midianites adhere to a more modest and unencumbered existence. Legacy and reflections. The enduring legacy of this conflict reverberates throughout subsequent biblical narratives. The Midianites, though not eradicated, face the consequences of their nomadic choices. The clash between nomadism and settled life continues to echo in the stories of Abraham's descendants, offering profound reflections on the choices made by different branches of the patriarch's family tree.